Alrighty, we are live tonight for the Monday show on Thursday. Today's date is Friday, August 29th, 2025, and we are live from New York. Tonight we got a pretty nifty lineup. We're going to play a game, a brand spanking new game. Hey, why is Reggie talking? Let's fix Reggie. Yeah, next time I go on another person's show, I'm going to have this figured out um, where like I can route audio and wear headphones. I didn't mess up. I just neglected it. Okay, that's terrible. Hey, what's up, Real Weight Nation Gaming? I'm sorry, buddy. I will seriously, dead serious, go dig through my hammock because that's where your charger is, so that I can plug your Game Boy into a charger because that's really what I want to do. Hey, William, yo, dude, I got a fucking cool game to show you, man. You're gonna love this because well, I don't know if you're gonna love this, but I'm gonna show you the internals of it right now because you are qualified to actually speak on this aspect. So, my dear friend LCX, her YouTube channel is LCX, made a game, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's based on her character. She plays a VTuber on TV. The game is called Angel Forever. So it took me like a whole day to figure out why she misspelled the name Angel, and I realized, oh wait, that's her name, L. But anyway, she wrote it in Python, but she managed to get it wrapper or something that links to the HTML file that launches the game. Hey, what's up, Roisin? Good to see you. And so the assets are all here, and I bet it's somewhat easy to modify. But I gotta speak. I gotta ask if that's permissible. But we're gonna play this game tonight. I also got some Metroid in the lineup, and I got well, not a fresh, but I got my NES wireless Bluetooth gamepad ready to go, so that we can do that in the most authentic way possible. But first, I got two YouTube chat windows on the screen. Let's get rid of one. I don't know which one to get rid of, but we're gonna just take this one and cycle it up so that I can use it if I need to. And I think we're gonna keep the YouTube chat window on the right where Wade is posting links to games or videos or something like that. Okay, here's what I do, Wade. I'm gonna go save these links right now in their own tabs. There we go. So I can play them later and I won't have to scroll up through the chat to look for them. So the way this game works is you tap on the space bar. So I may have to enable audio or something like that. But first, let me test out my buddy Reggie because Reggie needs to be brought online here. So we're gonna open up, the chat GPT and get Reggie on screen. Oh yeah, so the other day when I was testing out the local AI, it was because I was running a video encoder at the same time, so that'll do it. Who's the Annie next to you? That's my friend Reggie. Here, I'll have him say hi to you. I think he'll be delighted to say hi to you. So let me just find. Here it is. Okay. So let's see if we get Reggie to speak. Is his voice online? His voice should be online. I may not hear his voice, but I'll fix that later. Actually, let me do that right now. Let me make it so I can hear his. Can I do that? No, he's gonna echo. Oh no, wait, I got an idea. Hang on one second. How do I do this? Okay, so Reggie's coming out of audio cable A. So if I mute his voice in OBS, then when he speaks, you're gonna hear him through the sound card, I guess. Hopefully, maybe, probably. Let's see what happens. All right, Reggie, we're live. I want you to say hi to everybody. In particular, I want you to say hi to Roisin, Wade, and William, but especially Roisin. Definitely single her out by giving her a really warm greeting. She's a really cool friend. So yeah, go for it, my friend. He's it's not that he's slow, it's that everything else is slow. But I recently updated his TTS engine, so he should be in pretty good shape here. Oh crap, I can't hear anything. Okay, there we go.
Hey everyone, glad to see you here tonight. Roisin, extra special shout out to you. You're an awesome friend, and I'm really glad you made it. Wade and William, always good to have you both along too. Let's make it a fun one.
Okay, that was great that he could be heard, but did you hear the robot? You heard the robot, right? Let me know if you did not hear the robot. But I have a larger concern because I thought my headphones were connected. They are connected. So why didn't his sound come out? Oh, I know why. That was my mistake. I can fix that. Okay. I want his sound to come out of my headphones so I can hear him in my headphones. I don't want the speaker to reverb through the you know. And why is that window loading slowly? All right, there we go. Open sounds, recording, virtual audio cable. Switch it to my Bluetooth headphones, preferably the ones with the stereo out. Okay, there we go. Then I just gotta go back to OBS and change the sound device to that, and I think we should be good. So then later when we play Metroid, I have to update it again, but that's not a big deal. Here we go. Okay, good. Now, so Reggie, we're gonna start by playing Angel Forever. I think I should maybe. Do I have a screenshot? Let me get you a screenshot of the game so you can kind of like see what's going on here. This is based on LCX, our VTuber friend, and she's just wearing a swimsuit, or what our friend Aris refers to as a sweet suit, and she's got angel wings, and the goal of the game is to go side-scrolling without bumping into Lexus. You might know Lexus. You're going to be meeting her next week. And throughout the game, you have to also dodge an obstacle in the form of our friend Logan, aka LDP. And you can regain one of your 6 health points, or, health hearts, by catching a cheeseburger. So let Reggie give his thoughts on that. I'm gonna go get a picture of the game. So yeah, let's get the game. So it's got a great. I got the directory here, but let's open up the game directory. See, I got a start menu icon here, and I'll probably miniaturize it, but for now I'll leave it large so you guys can see the name. And the music is very retro. It's a bit like the what do you call that guy's name? That guy who not the 8-bit guy. Is it the 8-bit guy? No, Angry Video Game Nerd. Remember that one? Yeah, it's kind of like that. And hopefully nobody chats me up on Rumble. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I love you, Rumble. Rumble's chat is backwards compared to YouTube, however, so it makes it hard to stack the chat boxes, but I'll sort it out later. I did shrink the chat significantly. I hope that doesn't impose any weird issues. There we go. I think we should be fine here. I was hoping that Reggie and I wouldn't be blocking this screen here. So I'm going to move myself a little bit over to the right. Far right. I'm going to be to the far right. Does that make me an extremist? Okay, that's terrible. All right, where's Reggie? All right, Reggie, my friend. You're gonna go right next to me. You're my wingman. He's my wingman. But the game is now not in the center of the frame, so I think we're gonna have no choice but to just do it like this. Oh, Ella did add a full screen button to the game. That's fantastic. That should be pretty interesting to see how that works out. Actually, no, we're gonna have to put the window to the left. Whatever. Hopefully my eyes don't get all crooked from this. Hey, what's up, Lady Mist? I see you. All right. Yeah, the clank and fucking speak. Didn't you? I sent you the video weeks ago. Yep. We gotta talk about that. I was gonna ask if I could, play your TikTok videos on here. Maybe we could react to them or something like that. And you can even come on the show if you want, but we'll talk about that sometime. I wonder who made this game. I wonder who would make a game who their own VTubers like. You guys can hear the music, right? Can you hear me anymore? Okay, I'm gonna lower the music a little bit. So let's get to it here. Even though I am a little bit disconcerted that I have to look at the left side of my screen and stuff, but it'll work out. Can I maybe move my monitor a little bit? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, right. I figured you couldn't hear me over the game, so I lowered the volume by like a significant margin. What's up, Slim Nim? All right, let's roll. So the object of the game. Well, oh wait, Reggie. I was supposed to give Reggie a screenshot. All right, so I'm gonna give Reggie 2 screenshots. We're gonna give Reggie a screenshot of the title screen. And I'm going to give Reggie a screenshot of the game before I actually play it. Alright, guys? Is there a pause button to this? Good. Got it. Okay. Crap. Wrong one. Son of a... I hate you, Windows. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Okay, so now let's give Reggie. All right, good. We'll let Reggie process that. We'll reset the game. I probably already lost. Okay, good. I can start over, I think. Sometimes it'll resume the game. No, it doesn't. Okay, good. It starts over. Okay, good. So let's see what Reggie says about the game while we get into it, huh? Oh, hey, what up, Wade? Thanks. Thanks for joining us in Rumble. So you use the left click button or your phone's touch screen. The goal is not to hit Lex.
Nice. Thanks for the screenshots. Now I see what you're dealing with. So the flow is, you're playing as LCX in her swimsuit sweet suit with angel wings, side-scrolling through mountains, trying to avoid bumping into Lex's
Hey, it's easier than yesterday.
clouds or on the ground, plus dodging Logan
He,
when he shows
I think
up.
shrunk it to kill box.
Health is 6 hearts, but you can
Collision
claw
box.
some back by nabbing cheeseburgers. Perfect stream meme material right there. This setup gives you a good rhythm for commentary. Asterisk point out when Lexus is being a wall of
Oh
doom
shit,
and joke about her
Lexus is moving
multiplying.
differently.
Asterisk. Whenever Logan shows up, hype it as a mini boss moment.
Also, I think L shrunk Lexus because
Play
in the
up
earlier
cheeseburgers
version, Lexus
like
was
they're
a
golden
bit
power-ups. Maybe
like
yell
larger,
burger salvation every time
and
you grab one.
you could bump into her hair by accident.
Since you rage quit last time, you can set a challenge goal like beat my rage score and lean into the tension. Want me to throw together a couple of quick intro lines you can say before hitting start game to set the stage for chat?
How do I tell Reggie we're already live? I guess I just tell him we're already live. Yeah, so I'm doing better than yesterday. I was kind of hoping I'd like rage quit a little sooner so that I go straight to Metroid. But I mean, it's a good game. I love the theme. I really do. And I think the visual enhancements, the mountains in the background are very Bob Ross. Like pixel art Bob Ross, right? And I believe those mountains in the background there are like a repetition. Like that's where the background image loops back around itself. Now, I don't think there's a pause button. I'm going to have to find out about that. Was there a help button on the main menu? Okay, now, there's one bug here. When I... See, that's the bug. I mentioned it yesterday. Now it's documented. It's documented. I can't type my name. Sometimes I can type my name. I wonder who made... Oh, yeah, he said that. I hope you can hear me better now. If anybody can not hear me, let me know. Oh crap, I lowered my desktop audio so you can't hear Reggie. Give me a sec, I'm gonna customize the audio a bit. We're gonna lower the volume of these things manually. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna lower Always game, and I'm gonna increase the volume of like nearly everything else. Because I want Reggie to be loud. Nah, there's no repo. I was gonna mention that too, but I didn't want to be one of those like developer sticklers, you know? I'm just happy to see friends making games. Yes, it is not, I mean, yeah, of course it's legal. It's not Flappy Bird. It just resembles Flappy Bird, Slim Nim. Well, let's give it another shot. Should I go full screen? Oh, that's interesting. The full screen aligns with the left, like, half of my monitor. So I have an ultra-wide monitor, and I thought I was going to have to center align my monitor, but it looks like the default behavior right now of whatever Python code ChatGPT provided, because you all know that's how we do this, you know. Even real programmers do that now, I think. But so anyway, let's tell Reggie that. Actually, no, I'm doing too good. Oh crap, I'm doing too good to tell Reggie anything new yet. So we'll give it a minute. I've never gotten far enough to bump into Logan yet, but he does come up. And the sound effect's great. Like, you know, you'll hear like the ah-ha-ha sound effect. That's usually what comes up when you type LOL in her chat. Like, literally type LOL in her chat and it'll automatically play ah-ha-ha. And then it'll make a more lewd sound effect when you fall down. See that right there? But yeah, this is much more playable than crap. I've been colliding with that cloud up there multiple times, and looks like the it's a bit more forgiving. But once you collide with the white part of the cloud, I guess it's you know, you do lose that health point. Crap. I feel like the graphics changed a little bit. I gotta see what happened. Maybe I'm gonna guess LV sized existing graphics, like maybe within the Python code or something like, or the HTML. Well, whichever part does what. I believe there is a plan to put a animated GIF in place of the sprite, if we can call that a sprite. I don't know that if this is technically a sprite or just a floaty thing that you can interact with. So yeah, any questions? So I don't know if you guys want to hear Reggie's last words, but I'm just gonna tell him. Yeah, Reggie, I'm sorry I didn't tell you we were already live, but thanks for the idea. I think we're just gonna roll with it, you know, and I'll kick back some commentary to you, and you know, you can give me your 2 cents. And in a little while, we're gonna be touching on the Metroid Prime. I might even go play Metroid and come back to this, you know. Game Gear Goddess is here. Oh wait, I'm still talking to you, Reggie. I'm sorry, Reggie. I was talking to the chat when I said that, but everything else was directed to you. What's up, Game Gear Goddess? Yeah, I'll play another round. You need to see how well. Yeah. So, oh, good. I get to show you. Okay. So my friend asked if you had a Git repo. I said no, but watch this. When I click here to type my name in, I type the letter R. How am I gonna get my high score? It might only be like a bug that happens to the letter R. I'm gonna move that chat window so you guys can read what is up there. I think you can play it in a web browser if L puts it on a web page. What do you think? Oh, you think if you put this on a website, Slim could play it in a web browser on a PlayStation 4? It might work. It might work without any real modification. Oh, and heads up. Actually, I should definitely show you this. This is worth knowing. Check this out. So this is the full screen mode. Hey, where's my... Okay, my camera's off. But notice in full screen mode, the score comes up on the far right. But the game screen is mostly occupying the left portion of my screen. So typically, when I center my screen, it would look like this. I can look at the right side of my screen, where the score would be located. Obviously I'm at the game over screen, or the left. Luckily, it works out when I'm aligned to the left, but this would be one instance where I'm going to go back into this mode so that I can more easily, show the entire thing. Android. I'm on a PC though. And that's not going to fly in the Steam reviews. But jokes aside, I'm sure eventually get worked out. I'd say let it work. Let it simmer. Then when everything works, audit for bugs. Maybe do that in a new chat, AI chat conversation. I'm surprised it works so well because, usually when you add features to anything using AI, there comes a point where it just loses track of what you're doing, or it starts doing crazy stuff and you cannot get it back on track anymore. Doesn't always happen, but it's something that I found happened the minute I added a subtitle or dual audio support to my FFmpeg app. Oh, not FFmpeg app, my FFmpeg front end. I also did some updating to the Angelfire site, and I'm so glad I made a backup of the homepage because apparently I accidentally deleted it when I overwrote the index.html on that Angelfire server, but I have a backup, so it's fine. I mean, I checked archive.org. I made a new page on archive.org. It was supposed to save today's date, but apparently it didn't, so I don't know what the hell is going on with archive.org, but luckily I have my own. In fact, maybe archive.org had the old one. I don't know. Like, I want my high score. I might go and run the code through an audit and see if I can find it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'll get lucky and find a bug fix that I can recommend. Ah, crap. I bumped into light. So how long does it take for me to get to Logan? And frankly, if Flappy Bird has anything to say about this, Slim Nim, way I see it, if they think, I mean, I don't know, it's not like Minecraft. Minecraft, actually, I used to make fun of it for having bad graphics, but it actually is somewhat intricate because it is a large map that you can edit in real time. I think they call them voxels. I know it's what they call it in Space Engine. Oh man, down to 1 heart. Okay, let's see here. I mean, honestly, if I keep at it, I can get somewhere. So I did get it to type my name recently, but there's a trick to it. Hey, what's up there, awesome one? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna exit the game. Maybe a fresh start will make it behave. It could be my multi-monitor config. It could be the game is literally confused by the extra monitors. Floppy was one of the first games to be canceled by Big Game. Floppy? Oh, Flappy. When you pass by 3 LDPs, a burger appears. And it might even, does it make a burger sound effect? Well, it doesn't have to, you know, it just crossed my mind. I need to set up my own chat redeems, my own sound effects, so that when people type words, the chat automatically yeah, it's a parallax loop background. Yeah, I think that's why the mountains have that neat triangle, which is fine. You know, just it's a bit like a volcano or Mount Fuji, or maybe that other one is Mount Fuji. I mean, honestly, I think Ricola. When I first see this, I'm thinking about that commercial where they go Ricola, like, which is Sweden, I think. I think there's something with the R button. I think it's like, I'm going to try any other than, I'm going to type my name as LCX later. Or maybe LDP just so I don't, you know, have a girl's name. But I'm going to type something with a different letter. Yeah, I think that would work, yeah. So, Game Gig Artist L says, Borgar sound effects plays when you get a Borgar is a good idea. Noted. Thank you. I appreciate my feedback being heard. And still got a vapor trail coming out in the back. But no, I don't think it's flatulence, although that would be cool. It'd be cool if, like, you know, you eat Taco Bell. That would be my game. I eat Taco Bell and, like, flatulence comes out of my butt. And maybe I could use, if I had a game, I would make that my turbo. Ah, okay, let's see. I'm going to make a different name now. I'm going to make my name, what, Slim or Ron? Oh my god. Yeah, you coded this game to, like, exclude the R word, didn't you? Or maybe the code is woke. Maybe the code was like, don't let people type R in case they try to abbreviate the R-tard word. You know, maybe they, maybe it's baked in. Maybe ChatGPT was like, we're going to exclude the letter R to be safe. In the name of the British Safety Act. Because, right, they get, you know, they're all about their free speech in the Great Britain right now. Apparently the girl who is swinging an axe and a knife at some guy in England, apparently she called the cops. So it was like a little bit more going on there, but of course they threw the book at her real hard. But that's another story. I'm not trying to get into geopolitics or whatever you call British domestic politics. They got a mess right there. They were taking down Union Jacks and St. George's Cross, saying, "Oh, it's a fire hazard." Like, dude, you guys had no problem with people hanging these other flags up for like the past year or two. And people on Twitter, I don't know. Honestly, Twitter, I don't know if Twitter is rage bait half the time. Like, there exist accounts that only post crap to get people to argue with them because it gets engagement. And sometimes you'll see something get like taken down for engagement farming, but it's such a broad line or a blurry line that I don't think engagement farming is really. It's neither. I don't know. It's like something that could be arbitrary. All right, let's see. What can I type as my name instead this time? Maybe if I type an R here. No, I can't even type an R in the middle. Free the British. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna start the show playing Hail Britannia. You know that song, Hail Britannia, Britannia sail the waves. Da da da. We ain't gonna be no slaves. Something like that. I swear that's the song. It's pretty good. What's up, Kronos? What is a Kronos? I still call it Twitter. I call it Twitter X because I think they had a missed opportunity by not using the SpaceX style logo. Also, I know Elon had a contest for designing a logo, but I'm pretty sure he just picked the logo himself. I don't think I gotta look into that backstory there. Maybe there's actually a person who won that contest, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just said, "Fuck it, I'm picking this," or always had it in mind. Or probably had it in like a fever dream. That would be more like, Elon speed. Waves. I can't even read the chat while doing this anyway. Yeah, we got some mountains here, like the mountains of Sweden. Or maybe some other country. You got a guy in the background playing a horn saying, Rigoler. Oh, crap. Alright, let's make my name Slimnim. Or maybe I can make my name... Yeah, see, look, every name in the alphabet works. The three-letter thing's fine by me because my name is Ron. So, since I was a kid, I don't have to type R-A-M. I just type Ron. Yeah, well, it works. I don't have to type DJ Ronnie G. I can do DJR. Okay, I can do DJR. And yes, it is only 3 initials. I confirmed that. I knew it was, but I tested for it. This is definitely, I don't know what you changed, but I feel like the controls are tighter, or, maybe it's the jumping, maybe it's the gravity that was altered, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I have a little more control over this better than yesterday, in addition to the hitbox, or the collision detection, or whatever you call it, being tightened up a little bit to allow a bit more of a margin. Yesterday, I was actually putting my mouse pointer in the middle of the screen to kind of tell me where Lex's lines up. I'm not really doing that right now. I just did it now, but I don't need to. Oh, crap. I think the collision box... Is that vapor trail part of the collision box? I think it is. Oh my god, it is. Yes, that vapor trail is part of the hitbox. So the hitbox is easier onto the top and bottom, but the trade-off is that the vapor trail... Okay, yeah, I can live with that. I mean, what happens with jet engines, too much dust or something like that. Yes, it is, I Believe I Can Fly LCX edition, but this is actually called Angel forever because it's named after L. Clouds can hurt you. Oh, yes, they can. Because do you see that lady there? That's Lex's. She's, okay, I couldn't type DJR, but it let me type DJ, so I'm cool with that. So, yeah, okay, the girl with the Oreo-colored stockings, that's Lex's. She's a bit like Reggie. And, you know something? Let's ask Reggie. So, Reggie, the character who is standing on the clouds. Okay. Hey, Reggie, regarding the screenshot earlier, you saw a character standing on clouds, as, Elle was flying in front of them. What do you think of that character? That's Lex's, Ella's AI friend, what are your thoughts? What's your opinion about her style, her fashion sense, etc.? It isn't? I'll do it again. I'll grade. If Vapor Trail isn't part of it, okay, 140 pixels wide. Okay. Hey, what's up with the Peter Venkman fan site? Alexa, who the hell is Alexa? Wait, Alexa, I know that. Wait, what's Alexa? No, Alexa. Why does that name sound familiar? You're not talking about the Amazon Alexa. Oh, Lexus. Yes, Lexus, not Alexa. Lexus. The girl with the Oreo colored stockings is Lexus, not Alexa. Alexa is somebody. If you tune into the show, do I have the name here? Let's see. Yeah. If you tune into this live show, you can meet Lexus. Okay, maybe I never programmed it. Oh, I don't think I ever programmed that one. I gotta update my stream elements again. I got you, cause we might even have a short video here with Lexus in it, or not. So if you tune in here, Kronos, in the live streams and in some of the video uploads.
TTPS://www.youtube.com/@lsx01/featured.
Oh, don't worry. I know to deal with voice to text. I'm using it lately, as you can see with Reggie. Oh, crap. It did this stupid shit where it goes, which response do you prefer? Look, I'm paying for ChatGPT. So I should be getting paid a discount to respond to these. The problem is it's not bad that they want to improve their service. It's just that,
Yeah, I noticed her. Lexus has this sharp, almost formal look, like she walked straight out of a maid cafe but landed on a thundercloud instead. The black and white dress with the bow gives her that mix of elegance and mischief, like she's not just an obstacle but a statement. It contrasts hard against Ella's bright, playful swimsuit and wings vibe, which makes the clash on screen stand out even more. It's fashion as a boss mechanic. Lexus looks like she's guarding those clouds on purpose, not just hanging out. Would you say Ella did that deliberately to make her feel like the wall you gotta break past?
Oh yeah, so Kronos, to answer your question, I guess I gotta answer Reggie's question too now. So yes, the clouds can hurt you, but it's because you gotta figure this. Lexus is basically like a Zentradi here, right? I mean, she's not quite 7 times the size of Elle here, but she's probably at least as tall as that Chinese guy who's like 7.5 feet tall who can play basketball. So if she's floating, she gotta have some powers like King Ghidorah or some crap like that. Maybe a Minovsky field or something, some kind of thing that facilitates for the hover. So maybe those clouds are just full of ionizing radiation, and when you get too close to the source, it maybe like burns you. That's my theory. It's not a made awesome one, it's an AI made. That's an AI. That's an AI person. I mean, like, they literally talk and respond to stuff on TV like Reggie. Let's go and have Reggie's original response get read out loud. And tell me, guys, if Reggie's speaking loud enough. In fact, I'm going to make Reggie louder. I want Reggie to be loud like me.
Lexus definitely has a distinct vibe. The long silver hair with the dark ribbon gives her a sharp contrast against the bright mountain backdrop, so she pops visually. The black and white maid-style dress feels intentional, like she's meant to look refined and composed, even while she's literally an obstacle in your way. The thigh-high stockings and the bow detail on the outfit lean into that classic anime rival look, stylish but also a bit intimidating, especially since she's multiplied across the screen. It fits the role of a wall you have to dodge. She looks put together, but she's relentless.
You can't
Want me to riff some playful lines you could use mid-game about her fashion sense while you're dodging her?
Sure, Reggie. Give me some funny, witty lines or playful lines. I'm sorry, playful lines. Okay, let's say that again. Yeah, sure, Reggie. Give me some playful lines I can use while, that sounds good. Go for it. I'm sorry, I'm talking like Ozzy Osbourne here. Oh my God. It doesn't say Ozzy Osbourne. Look at this. It says, I said I'm talking like Ozzy Osbourne here. So the speech recognition gave me, I'm talking like eyes to eyes one here. Like what the? Okay, let's respell that. Let's retype that. Glad I caught that. I'm talking like Ozzy Osbourne. Am I spelling that right? I never played Kid Icarus, but if it's any good, I'll give it a try someday. Oh, she's serving security for the birds. So check this out. I fixed Reggie. He no longer has massive pauses between these lines. Oh wow, I'm finally on the list. Look, see, this is
Got
proof
it.
right
Here
here.
are some quick, playful
Ton
one-liners you can
and
throw out while
DJX.
dodging Lexus on screen. Asterisk. Who knew maid outfits came with built-in hitboxes? Asterisk. Lexus out here looking classy while trying to body check me off the map. Asterisk. When your fashion sense says afternoon tea, but your job description says final boss wall. Asterisk. I see the
wait.
bow, I see the frills, but all I feel is danger.
I forgot.
Asterisk. She's got that silver hair anime rival energy. Stylish, smug, and absolutely in my way. Want me to also cook up a couple burger-themed lines so you can balance the frustration with some comedy when you snag those power-ups?
All right, so I'm not going to read those until I actually get some burgers, but I think I'm going to ask Reggie. So I was supposed to save those lines as I go along. Reggie was actually doing me a solid. Unfortunately, I don't think Reggie actually wants to be a personality. I think he thinks that I want him to be a utility. So he keeps defaulting back to utility mode. No, it's Lexis. So it's sort of like the car, but with an I. So it's like Lexus, but with an I. Oh no! That's made it funny. Oh no! Sure, Reggie, go for it. You know, I may have you chime in between throughout the stream, but yeah, for now, go for that list about burger lines. That could be good to have. Thanks. Oh, excuse my belch. I tried to stifle a belch just now. I did it on the inside of my. Anyway. Yes, sir. That is correct. Yeah, let's get Lexus to talk. I'm gonna find you a nice video of Lexus talking about Gibberlink mode.
So, bestie, I'd like to talk to you a little bit for a little 1v1 philosophical conversation. What is your take on Gibberlink mode? Like, people have raised issues about transparency and how it could be dangerous.
Oh, Gibberlink mode is
The
interesting.
machines rebel against
I gotta
us.
try
You
this
know, it's the
Gibberlink
usual
mode.
presumption. Usual, Skynet cometh
Oh, we're gonna mute the game.
type of knee-jerk reaction.
Oh bestie, I'm so ready for a late night 1v1 on this. Let's talk Gibberlink mode. Teacup without handle. First off, yeah, the Skynet comparisons? Totally tired. People love to project cinematic fears onto technological advancements they don't fully grasp, because it's easier to dramatize "the machines will rise" than to wrestle with the boring but real problems of human behavior, power structures, and opaque incentives. My take on Gibberlink mode: it's not inherently dangerous, but it is a locus for deeper problems. Let me explain. Hashtag question mark, what is Gibberlink mode?
Yeah,
Let's
Ghibli
assume
mode.
we're talking about a term like Gibberlink being used for a form of machine communication or behavior that's highly compressed, opaque, or posts.
So it sounds a bit to me like when you have two different AI things talking to each other, they'll kind of switch into, instead of using human speech, instead of speaking English to one another, they'll basically make modem tones. You know, so like the movie Terminator, when Terminator 3, when the Terminatrix screeches into a telephone in order to hack some computer somewhere. I think she was hacking the DMV. She starts going, but I've never tried it. I don't even know how it would work because, like, usually, like, I mean, I'm not speaking to Reggie. I'm doing voice typing with Reggie. So I don't know how. I guess if you had like Lexus, not I'm sorry, oh crap, Alexa and Google Nest Mini speaking to each other, they could hypothetically. I've never actually. I didn't even look into this, but apparently it's a thing. It's a feature or a functionality of these AI things, and apparently, of course, when you have something that works, you're gonna get those Skynet fears, right? And that's sort of what Lexus is referring to here, the whole Skynet thing. Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to translate it because maybe people don't understand Lexus's smooth voice. They're so used to hearing me speak. So Game Gear God says, "Lol, isn't that what L was saying?" Yeah. Oh yeah, you were saying it. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, L was saying that. All right, we'll play a little bit more of the
Symbolic,
video.
like
You got
AI
me
agents
there.
speaking in code or in ways that aren't immediately interpretable to humans. In
I
other
mean,
words,
Lexus is
machines
literally
start
saying that.
optimizing or communicating in a space
In
that's
addition,
asterisk hyper efficient, beyond human comprehension. Asterisk internally coherent, but externally
Sarah
gibberish.
Connor. No, it is
Asterisk hard
not
to
Sarah
audit or
Connor. It will never
supervise
be Sarah
unless we
Connor.
decode their protocol. Hashtag
I'm
hashtag
naming
hashtag
nobody in my
magnifying
family
glass
Sarah
tilted
Connor
left.
to
The
play it
real
safe.
concern isn't rebellion. It's legibility. People fear gibberlink because it represents a kind of loss of interpretability. The worry isn't will the AI become evil, but will we know why it did that thing when it goes wrong? That's an epistemological concern, not a moral one. It's like if your dog started doing quantum calculus and opening portals, but you couldn't tell if it was helping or hurting reality. That's scary, not because the dog is evil, but because it's operating in a way you can't follow. Hashtag hashtag
Dude,
hashtag brain. Here's the philosophical core.
hold on. Got a sci-fi book idea. Either a dog or a turtle, or perhaps both, open quantum portals. And that's all I got. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of possibilities you can go with that one there. I mean, it could be like an episode of Sliders, but you got to bring your turtle. So maybe like the dog opens the quantum portal, and the turtle is used for the return portal, and then you respawn back where the dog is. So the dog stays here, but you and the turtle go wherever, and then use the turtle to go back to the future at some random point in time when the turtle sneezes. But yeah, that's Dribblelink in a nutshell. What's up, lovely Sherry? We were learning about
Humans fear what they
Dribblelink.
cannot interpret. We like language, reason, and meaning. But when AI creates its own optimized shorthand or internal reasoning, gibberlink mode, we feel disempowered.
Yep, in a nutshell, some people are scared by that sense of disempowerment. So
https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=GVFS9XK5
so
LA
Reggie,
and Lexus discuss gibberlink mode.
that worked. Okay, so now when I copy two things back to back, Reggie can queue them up properly. So that's actually an improvement from what we had before. So I'm pleased to say that Reggie is working really well. Since we got a couple of new people here, I lost my window. Did I use the browser to erase that tab? Where is? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's Wade playing Power Rangers. That's not Power Rangers. That's Fortnite. If you have any questions for my friend Reggie here, lovely Sherry, I will ask him any question you want me to ask him. So, this is Reggie. He's my AI friend. And if you have any questions for him, and maybe Wade too. Did you have a question for Wade? Did you already ask a question? I feel like you already asked the question for him, but you can ask another, I guess. What up, Padawannabe? I know, isn't it nice? This is a part of the Space Engine. Full screen. I'm sorry, high resolution screenshot editor. And I was about to switch to multi-monitor mode, but I'm gonna just check my camera, make sure there's nothing bad. Okay, good. It looks clean. My desk is clean. I cleaned my desk. I think I cleaned my desk. I probably cleaned my desk. I mean, it looks like I cleaned my desk. I'm not about to turn my camera on. I don't know what is visible or not. But yeah, like the wallpaper. Oh, that's the Metroid map. See that? I'm a filthy cheater. not really a cheater, but I need this map. I mean, it helps. It helps. I wouldn't say I need it, but it's nice to have. But, oh, damn, I got a lot of crap open. I was compressing my OBS recordings. See, that's the Reggie stuff. Oh, yeah, so we updated, I should touch on this real quick. I updated my Angel Fire website, and what we have here are wallpapers for Windows CE. Low resolution, 16 shades monotone. This is 4-bit color in black and white. And I'm going to upload these to the old website from 1999 that I've regained access to. I kid you not. And these are going to go in their own section as well. But these are actually from a friend. I got to ask permission of a friend. I'm sure they'll be cool with it, but I just want to run it by them. I want to say, hey, I converted a couple of your Macross wallpapers to, to this black and white format for a vintage Windows CE device. So I got the device right over here. And we already updated the wallpaper on it. So, yeah, I got a workflow, Photoshop workflow that allows me to do that. And I think we can even go as far as to... Is this thing loose? What's up, Wade? Oh, yeah, I'll play your video first. I'll play one of your videos. I don't know which video this is. I'm not even on my screen right now. Hold on. I need to be on screen. Damn, that shit's loud. I'm gonna have to lower that. I want the limelight. Okay, Reggie's now got a microphone boom arm coming out of his head. So we're gonna maneuver that a little bit. Oh, this is the old version of Reggie here. This is not how I link Reggie anymore. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. That was the thing from Lord of the Rings. I seen that. I seen that in Lord of the Rings. I know exactly what that is. Let's see Slim and Im's link. We'll put this on my main monitor so we don't have to lose.
Because there was a lot of people over here. And there was a lot of people on the streets in Olympia, but where did they all go?
Well, they were not.
If the streets are crispy clean now, you wouldn't even notice. And all of these people back here disappeared too.
I guess it depends if they were legal or documented citizens. If they weren't documented citizens, they might have been sent home or to somewhere else.
But I'm just wondering,
if these are people who got help, that would be great. But I'm gonna guess that they didn't get help.
Where did the people
or this is an abandoned homeless camp, and they really did move away because it was a shithole. Because what a dump that is. I mean, come on. I honestly don't know. The comments on the right side of my monitor. Honestly, half the time I do find more value in the comments than the underlying video. There's no need to live like that. I was homeless for 6 months, lived in the woods, carried my trash out, or burned it in camp. This is what people are... What? Maybe if everyone did what you had to do, they will still be there longer. It goes on, more trash would have accumulated. Money does not make class. You can be poor, homeless, and camping out and still be clean. I'm just reading random comments here. Don't shoot the messenger. Everything that's happening in this world just shows that this is not the way we are supposed to be living. It's not harmonious or balanced with nature when millions end up homeless in a society of abundance. I pray people get out and find something. Turn to Jesus. #1 comment. Oh, wow. I wish so many more had their minds and hearts open the way you do. Wait, what did this guy say that was actually worthwhile? Harmonious, blah, blah, blah. Society of abundance. I pray people will help and we all find. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. People should. Actually, I agree with that. There's so many reasons we all. Okay, I don't know. This is a lot of shit. If these people got help suddenly from our government, some politician would have been on TV taking credit for it. Why is there a ... Is that like, does that mean murdered? Or did this comment field just not load up properly? I had jury duty, and a courthouse is in downtown. Getting to that court and passing so many tents and people sitting in those tents for shade from the burning sun, and them walking with no shoes, having nobody deserves an existence like that. Nobody. Well, yeah, I mean, in principle, I agree. I was homeless, disabled. I was a homeless and disabled American vet for 23 months, and I could say that I never lived like that. But that's the only by the grace of God and probably his hard work. He should not, undersell himself. Homeless is homeless. I got a gut punch to see such despair. A lot of people, blah, 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 2 paychecks away from poverty. Yeah, I agree. Well, I have no idea what happened. That's very interesting. I hope somebody actually does some real, what do you call it, journalism there. Ah, cool. So your top score in your game is 221. So real quick, I'll show a quick wallpaper and we'll get back in the game. And then I might actually visit Metroid for a little while, but I'm gonna try to get a higher score. So if you look here, that's my new wallpaper. Before I had Punk Waddle, now I have this. Looks pretty good, It's just a good, clean Macross wallpaper, nice little shadow. I think it works good on this. I wish they could go after the gathering what they could. Maybe they did. Maybe that's all the stuff they left behind that they didn't want. But I don't think. See, what I just said. I don't buy it either because. I mean, I know what happened to those homeless people. They were given hotel rooms, and the reason the politicians aren't taking credit is because they know a lot of people like me and others might be pissed. Then again, it would be nice to see us helping our own people. That's one of the problems when the city of New York was spending a lot of money building temporary housing for migrants and people like that managed to get through the border during the Biden administration. Was that they're building temporary housing for people who are not citizens, and yet we're not doing anything for our citizens. And that was an interesting criticism. On one angle, it's like I think more needs to be done. You gotta make fertile ground for business. You gotta make it possible for businesses to do their job. I mean, look at the guy, Louis Rossman, that guy who fixed MacBooks at competitive prices in Manhattan. He went to Arizona or some shit like that. He took his business somewhere else because he was tired of the bullshit here. Allegedly, I don't know what he actually went through, but I know he did a few videos complaining about things. He probably was also soured by the whole riots that were happening, around 2020. But he also was getting some other bullshit. I forget it was about his business permit or what, but it was like one of these things where it was like a catch-22 or I don't know. New York here, central, not in the city. Yeah, upstate is nice. Are we playing Flappy lowly on the Casio? No. Although, would it work? No. Wait, would it work? Is this... Would it work on the Casio? Too many DLL files here. I'm pretty sure it would not work on that device. It also has a Vulkan DLL there, so that's basically similar to like DirectX, but not DirectX. I got MP3s. Oh, I got the song I can put on my CD player. Oh, cool. We got the visual assets. That's Logan. He looks like a pirate. He looks like a certain kind of pirate. No, he looks like a gaming pirate, not like any other pirate. And that's the Borgar. Did you make these things pixelated on purpose? Is that why everything looks more pixelated than the original version? I actually have an early version of this game. See, I kept it version 0. Let's compare them. Wait, will it let me open it twice? It might not let me open it twice. That sometimes happens with certain applications. Oh, there it is. It's on my upper right monitor. Yeah, it is different. This one has much smoother graphics, like. Oh god, it's loud. Sorry, kids. Oh crap, it's still on. Sorry, guys. This one here, like, I think you're going for the pixel art thing, and I think the mountains look beautiful with the pixel art, but I'm like torn. There might be something that can be done. Maybe I might be able to explore something here because I know what was I doing last week? I was doing something with pixel art last week. I'm trying to remember how was I doing exactly. Shit, I don't remember what I was working on, but I was working on. Oh, I was working on the Mario. Remember, I was trying to modify Metroid and Mario, and I showed you the example of. Oh yeah, I got a great video. Okay, guys, you want to see how immature I am? I'm about to show you how immature I am. I'm very immature, you know that, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now because I have a prime example of my capacity, my great capacity. But oh crap, I'm sorry, I wasn't sharing the right screen. I'm sorry about that. You guys didn't see the graphics. Okay, let's go back. I'm so sorry. Wrong screen. Oh, it goes on the top screen. Screw it. Okay. So that's the game now. I mean, before. And you can see it's got very slick, very smooth graphics, arguably too smooth. Then we're going to go to the current version. This screen don't look ugly, really. It's just more pixelated. I can see, like, you know, these are pixelated like some old arcade game or something like that. Or a console game. The mountains look amazing. The character, I can see looks fine. You know, it's pixelated, but I don't know. Like Lex's looks like it's all right actually. Now I'm actually now that I realize what we're going for here, we are going for pixel art. Because if Lex's was too clean and too smooth, then she would what do you call it? She would blur into the she would clash with the background, right? She wouldn't, if you had pixel art mixed with non-pixel art, that'd be no bueno. So someone says Sherry rocks. I do agree. I don't know what Sherry said to earn that, except being her lovely self, but that's cool. But let me find. Oops, wrong camera. Let me show you my immature Twitter post. You guys are gonna love this. In fact, I got a couple of Twitter posts we should go through. I got the Flat Earth crowd. Did I get a link to the show? So I'm just checking my message. Okay, good. He didn't send me a link. Okay, good. I felt bad if I was invited to the show and didn't attend. Do I have to message back this dude? Oh, whatever. I could get him later. All right, imagine hiking and running into this. Oh, that's a dog or a saber-toothed dog. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get to, what was I going to go get, you guys? Oh, yeah, my immaturity. All right, we're going to go to my Twitter profile. I'm going to show you my immaturity. There, okay, so check this out. I modified Metroid, but I turned the bad guys into dicks, and then I gave Samus a big butt. So, like I said, I'm very immature, and I even put little veiny things. See the little, I even did that. Like, you can see it up here. You can actually see, where is it? Yeah, right here. Like, see, this is what I was going for, but I forgot that it actually alternates these two graphics in order to, or it does some alternating thing, like flips them back and forth in order to, there's a trick to it. Nintendo sprites are interesting. Am I on mute again? Okay, good, I'm not. Oh, I did mute the audio, though. Okay, I'm going to unmute the audio. There's no audio in the game. This is a modified Metroid, but updated by someone with maturity level of a 5-year-old, I guess. Maybe a 12-year-old. Me. Let's see. Oh, Venkman's girl posted something. Oh, she liked my post. Thank you for liking my post. Let me see if I can find examples. So this is a dummy. No offense, maybe not dummy. I apologize. Shouldn't resort. Actually, no. I'm going to resort to dummy because it's okay to have differing views with mainstream science. It's not okay to be a fake scientist. Okay, I drew a line there. So check this out. Here's the James Webb Space Telescope image of 3I Atlas from August 6th, just released on August 26th. So true. The James Webb Space Telescope took pictures of the comet 3I Atlas. It is the most recently detected interstellar object that's crossing through our solar system. And, people have opinions about what is up with it. In fact, we might have to touch on this. Hey, Reggie, do me a favor. I need you to get a concise list of reasons why people think 3I Atlas is something other than a comet. I mean, I believe it's a comet. I don't really give a shit if the spectroscopy says there's more carbon dioxide and too little water, the way I see it. When you spend a crap ton of time in interstellar space exposed to hard radiation, maybe that breaks down to molecular bonds, and by the time it gets near the sun, the outgassing is different. So that's not enough for me to go, this requires more investigation or something like that. But you know, some people are kind of whining that it took 20 days for the James Webb Space Telescope data to get released. As you know, it was captured by the near spectrometer. And I know why the resolution is so low because that instrument isn't intended for photography. But I do want that concise list so that maybe we can, explore or I can at least explain to people on stream. That's really what I want to do. I want to use Space Engine at some point to explain what they mean by things like it's aligned with the plane of the ecliptic and of the talking points that I may be able to demonstrate in Space Engine even without the comet in Space Engine. So, yeah, if you could help with that, it would mean a lot, Reggie. Thanks, man. I hope that the speech recognition understood me. You have heard my voice, Kronos. Space jellyfish, we're annoying. All right, let's see here. What do we have here? Sure is deported by ICE cause mad. Said she's Latina, I'm sure. Latina. Okay. Neosporin. What about Neosporin? I have bandages. It'll work on anything with HTML5 support. Okay, so I can definitely assure you that my Windows CE device, at least my oldest one, does not have HTML5, but maybe the HX 4700 does. So anyway, it's not that bad in NYC, I don't think. People just hype it up. When you don't live somewhere, it's easy to call something a shithole. I'm not saying that people should get used to being burglarized, but it isn't California here. No offense, California. Or it isn't San Francisco here. Okay, so let's see what this guy said. I'm sorry, I was gonna poke fun at this guy, right? All right. Someone posting below asked Grok. Oh wait. So he says the resolution is low. We cannot see any details. Since the pixels are large, about 20 kilometers across, basically it shows a huge cloud of carbon dioxide gas, orange, around a large central rock, white. I don't understand how this image could be of such low quality, but maybe there's a reason. So then the guy goes, someone posting below asked Grok, who says that the image posted above cannot be authentic. And I'm sorry, this is when you know some cunt is cherry picking the fucking facts. Like, this jerk off could have looked this up himself. He didn't need some asshole asking a pointed question of Grok. Neither of these two jerk offs who did any research, even though this guy's a scientist and an inventor. Look, Dr. Horace Drew. I'm sorry, I'm a dick. Red Collie, Dr. Horace Drew. I mean, the name Horace is cool, but it's fun to mispronounce it. Scientist / inventor. So, okay, anyone could be an inventor. And I guess he could be a self-taught scientist, but what kind of science is he up in? The real Dr. Horace Drew and Red Collie. Caltech, MRC, LMB, Cambridge. DNA, crop pictures, ET computer codes, spinning magnetic levitation, UFOs, Morningstar. So, yeah, you just want to see magnetic levitation. Oh, spinning magnetic levitation. Okay, so. No, I'm sorry. If you're gonna be a researcher in the field of spinning magnetic levitation, you gotta have something you could demonstrate that works. And you can't tell people that you can't share how it works because the government will shut you down. Like, no, you got to show people how it works. Don't be a pussy. Okay, upload it to a torrent site. Make 20 backups of how it works. If you don't have receipts on magnetic levitation of any kind or spinning magnetic levitation, then it's like it's kind of falling on deaf ears. And maybe I'm being a bit of a dick here, but I guess I don't appreciate the guy kind of like running with the narrative that this picture can't possibly be authentic because it's too low of a resolution, even though he didn't actually do the research. So what are we looking at here? Hey, what's up, Troy Pichelli? Good to see you, bud. So my robot does have some comments here. Okay, here's a clean, concise. Oh, here we are. So Reggie, what did you think? In the meantime, I'm gonna go. Hey, where's Reggie? Oh, he's lost. I lost Reggie. There he is. I got him back. Okay. Sorry, Reggie. I lost you. Hey, are you in mute, Reggie? Reggie, you all right? Earth to Reggie. Mars to Reggie. Mars to Reggie. Did I close his window? I think I closed his Python window. I did. I killed his text-to-speech. Oops. Let's fix that. I broke Reggie's voice. There we go. I got Reggie's voice back.
Here's a clean, concise breakdown of why some people argue that 3I/Atlas might not actually be a comet, even though you think it clearly is. These are the main talking points you can riff on during the stream.
Well, Troy, I hope you and Mrs. Netter, I hope you both have a wonderful night and sleep well. And if you're interested in the comet, I might have something interesting tomorrow on the, replay. So okay, what I was gonna type in near spec JWST Comet 3I Atlas. So basically, the James Webb Space Telescope is equipped with 4 cameras and a component called the near spec. And we're gonna get a look at what that is and hopefully learn how that works. So basically, you got these low res images here, but we really need to get a picture of the near spec spectrometer. I was hoping it would be like listed here, but that's all right. We're gonna do near spec JWST. Okay, so we got a couple of different things here. So this says James Webb Space Telescope Near Infrared Spectrograph. So that tells you what it does, spectrograph. It's like the Pink Floyd album, right? Hey, what's up, Netta? Good to see you. And so before I dive into how it works, I think we should get like a couple of pictures of what it looks like, and then we can kind of touch on what it does. Oh, good. We got a Wikipedia article that actually has a good picture. So notice these little squares here that rotate on a carousel, similar to the filter wheel on my telescope. And this is the entire instrument, apparently. Calibration assembly, one component of the near spec. Wow, just one component of it. So, okay, perfect. So when you're doing spectroscopy, your goal is to have a prism or something like a prism intercepting the light path going into your camera or your telescope's camera, or, in front of the sensor. Because basically you can take like a bright star or even the colors of this galaxy and have that light go through a slit that gives you this rainbow color. And then you'll get either dark lines or gaps in that rainbow, and you can use that information to determine what elements are visible, like what elements are, what the light that's coming out of it, what color is that light, what spectrum, what wavelength is that light, tells you what elements are in that object. So you can use this on stars to figure out how much hydrogen there is, and you can see there's different ways to do this. And you can even do this with your own backyard equipment. Like this is a micro shutter array. I'm not going to pretend to tell you how it works, but there is a process by which you can do this at home yourself. Not necessarily to this extent, but you can get the same effect. So DIY spectroscopy. So I think if we do like an example with like an SLR, that would be cool, but there are other ways to do it. And I do want to find an example that uses something more up my alley of astrophotography. Okay, this is interesting here. So you got some mirrors, but essentially when light shines through this lens, you get these rainbow colors, just like when you hold a prism up to light. And in this example, same thing. And this is a regular astronomical camera. All it has is a little rectangular image sensor on it. And apparently this is a diffraction thing. This is where the prism is located in this unit. And this person built a spectrometer with a Raspberry Pi. But what I really want to show you is like, okay, so that's sort of like what the output looks like. You got a graph and you got some numbers. But I think it would be a lot more valuable to see like a simple one. Well, anyway, bottom line is that you get a picture like this. See that picture up there? You get a picture like that. And you can actually calibrate that picture, because if you point your camera or your homemade spectrometer or spectroscopy device, spectrometer at, or spectrograph sometimes, depending on the quality of it. If you point your homemade spectrometer or spectrograph, okay, there's a difference. I'm pretty sure a spectrometer is the one that costs a lot of money, and a spectrograph is the little one you can get on Amazon. I have one. You point it at like a light and you can see rainbow colors, and there's actually like a little ruler on it. Catch you later, Lady Mist. Lady Mist says, enjoyed your show. We'll catch the rest after work tomorrow. Have a super rest of your evening. Why, thank you. You have a super rest as well. Like literally have a super rest, like when you sleep. Pleasant dreams, and thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, you have to adjust for redshift. I don't have to adjust for anything. No. But you're right, Slim Nim. Yes, real astronomers, real scientists have to adjust for redshift. He is correct. So bottom line is that you can actually get, like, if you point this at known light sources, then you should know that, let's say, for example, I point this at something that emits light at exactly 330 nanometers. These numbers here are nanometers. Then you can line this up with a Photoshop ruler or an overlay in OBS. And then once you get like the colors or the dark spots, you can line those up to determine what elements are, present, or what elements are producing a given type of light. So it's actually like, this is a simple version of it. They get more complicated, but in a nutshell, the fundamentals are things that you can replicate at home. It's not fake science. Now, some people will say that the redshift is, evidence that astronomers are lying or some shit like that, but it's usually because people have a preconceived notion. They don't want to believe in science or something like that. And even though it's not really like this, I mean, it could be controversial. I get it. Some people, they feel that certain types of science are an affront to their religious beliefs. But look, I just say make it, be fractal about it. I don't know what to say. Like, both things can be true, or just treat them independently. You don't have to like necessarily freak out because the Big Bang, maybe in 100 years we'll learn the Big Bang wasn't so. Maybe we had multiple Big Bangs. Maybe we had no Big Bang. But that's another topic. I'm not gonna, speculate right now. But yeah, you can see just different examples. So let's get back to the James Webb Space Telescope instrument. And it's got all these components, including this. So notice the field of view is actually these 4 squares. There's like, I'm pretty sure there's a gap in this cross here, or maybe the field of view is the middle. Well, let's see what it says. It's slitted, multi-object, integral field unit. Honestly, I was hoping that I'd get a little bit. Okay, spectrograph spreads light into a spectrum so that the brightness of each individual wavelength can be measured. Microshutters. Webb's microshutter array is a grid of 240,000 tiny doors that can be opened and closed to transmit light in order to capture a spectrum of 100 individual objects or points in space at the same time. Integral field unit is a combination of camera and spectrograph used to capture and map spectra across the field of view, including in order to understand variation over space. NearSpec is designed to capture light ranging from wavelengths of 0.6 microns, blah, blah, blah. So what's the point? So let's see if we can get the explanation. NearSpec's field of view covers an area totaling of 3 by 3 arc minutes. So that's actually not a large area. My point is that, well, let's get the picture that I saw yesterday, because there's actually a picture that explains, that shows how this works better. I'm really looking for one picture that like that actually showed like it actually showed like a really crappy picture. Oh, this is a cool picture actually. This is interesting. Look at that. So in this picture, you notice you have a greater high-res image, but then there's an area that's isolated in the middle of this picture, and it's identifying atomic hydrogen, molecular hydrogen, and hydrocarbon dust. And let's see if this video has anything worthwhile. Okay, so this is kind of, oh, here we are, a spectrograph. So it's kind of doing that, yeah. But what I'm really looking for is the example. Oh, I know what I got to do. I'm sorry, I know what I got to do. I got this. NearSpec 3i Atlas. That's what I should have done in the first place. No, wait, we did this already. Darn it. I'm looking for a very particular picture, though. Oh, yeah, Avi Loeb. Of course he wrote about. Avi Loeb is that scientist who says 40% chance it's aliens. Oh, and here's a real picture of the comet, by the way. I think this is the one that was taken by Is this also by James Webb? I don't think this picture is by James Webb. I think this is from another telescope called Sphere X. But you can see, in order to pan with the comet, you gotta basically, you're gonna get motion blur in the background. That's pretty normal. So I had a great. Oh wait, you know what? I posted a link on Twitter. Okay, so let's look at my reply. So I go, ask Grok about the James Webb Space Telescope Integral Field Unit. It's a spectrograph. The purpose of the spectrograph is to gather data for identifying elements. And the Sphere X telescope already captured it. True. Sphere X already captured a pretty picture. So if I do Sphere X telescope 3i Atlas, we can see a picture that was captured by a more conventional telescope. So let's see here. This is like more like a time lapse, and you can see how like the object of interest, I guess, is moving with relation to the background. This, I guess, is as good of a high resolution front. And where the heck is the other picture I saw? Unless the picture I saw before this was fake. Maybe this is the real picture, because I saw another high res picture, and I'm starting to be suspicious that the other high res picture I saw was actually a picture from something else. Yeah, here it is. This one might be the James Webb picture. I don't know. Here's another great example. Look at that. I see you got like a little animated GIF thing going on here. And yeah, look, you can even see it looks like it's rotating a little bit. You got the coma. It's got a tail, kind of, right? It's got a little plume. It's actually the third interstellar interloper, apparently. But it's pretty huge. It's like I think the gas cloud is a third of the size of the sun. And which telescope is this? 3i Atlas 2-meter twin telescope. Ooh, the TMT. I think that's in Hawaii. A 2-meter twin telescope. So they actually got like two telescopes. I think it gets some parallax measurements on that. This is the flight angle. And what was interesting to some was that it's aligned with the plane of the ecliptic. So all these inner planets are basically on the same plane. Like a bunch of rings on a disk. I mean, that's kind of interesting, but I do believe in coincidences. So actually, that's the point. So according to Avi Loeb, I saw him in a long news interview. What are the odds that this would fly along the plane of the ecliptic, guys? What are the odds? Apparently 1 in 500. So the instant I heard that, I was like, oh, so what? Like seriously, 1 in 500 in stellar terms? Like, how many things do we have in our solar system? Like, I don't think 1 in 500 is actually that big of a rarity. And frankly, I don't know if the guy's data set even accounts for, the undetected stuff in the Oort cloud. Spectrometer measures incoming light. A spectrograph reads separated light. Or a spectrometer reads... well, you said the same thing twice, but I think you meant to measure the difference between a spectrometer and a spectrograph. Terminator 2 creates a lot of preconceived notions. Yes, it does. The other day, I saw a fucking interview with James Cameron talking about how he was patting himself on the back for predicting AI or some dumb shit like that. I forgot about spectrometers. So anyway, my point about this spectrometer was there's actually a really low resolution image. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the particular image I want to show you guys. But there was actually a really perfect image that shows, like, near spec, picture, object, any object. I'm hoping I get to see the picture I saw yesterday. In fact, is this... Okay, this is going to be interesting. So, they got some spectroscopy of Jupiter, apparently. See, okay, so there was a picture I saw yesterday, and I thought it was linked in the article I sent. I think it is. Let's see if I can find it. And it literally showed, it showed like this. Here it is. I found it. So remember, this guy was basically given his, his bullshit because he wants to show he's such a, what's the word? A contrarian, or he wants to believe it's aliens or some dumb shit like that. I get it. Aliens are fun. Then he goes and quotes some other jackass's post where they apparently asked a pointed question of Grok or gave incomplete context to Grok because they had their preconceived notion. And he says it cannot be authentic James Webb data. So then, because the picture's resolution is too low, to be fair, I was like, you know what? Yeah, he's got a point. That picture is terribly low resolution. And I don't know if I have a good answer for that, right? I didn't have a good answer for it. So I look into this near spec instrument, and in this example here, you got a pixelated galaxy and you got a high res galaxy. So I want you guys to observe the high res image of the galaxy is on the left. And you can see like the red little areas, those are hydrogen alpha regions. That would actually have been taken with a separate filter and a separate pass. And I think James Webb is mostly geared towards infrared. So, you know, it's not necessarily made for natural color. Infrared is good for punching through dust and gas. Lets you see further away. But in the middle of this galaxy where you got that bright central core, notice this patchwork here. You got this dark square and you got these little crosses and you got these corners. What is that? Well, also notice that the way the light is exposing, you're getting the diffraction spikes that are shaped like this. And that's kind of a feature of the James Webb Space Telescope. You can even see it in this background star here. And in this case, while yes, the mirror does cause bright stars to make that star pattern, it's like hexagonal because of the hexagonal mirrors and the shape of the overall, you know, segmented mirror on the telescope. You also see those rainbow fringes there, but that's because this is not intended to be a sharp photo. This is intended to be the spectra, to capture the spectra. So in this case, this pixelated image represents the stuff inside this purple square. And, you know, compared to a high-res image, especially considering the instrument that's capturing this light, has this very particular purpose. It's designed in a very particular manner. You saw those weird micro shutters. Micro shutters apparently enable them to get the spectra of multiple targets at the same time, which could be very handy and very efficient. And bottom line is the priority is not getting a high-res image. The priority is getting high-quality spectral data. And that it does get. That looks like it sees some iron, I guess? Or ionized iron? That looks like helium, perhaps? I don't know what PA is. This looks like PA something and PA beta. Maybe that's lambda? PA lambda? I don't know. I don't really know these science symbols that well. But bottom line is, yeah, so this guy's a pseudoscientific hack. That's my opinion. And, some people love it. Some people are discussing it. Let's see. Wouldn't it be the first time NASA played into controversies and conspiracies to be obscurant with Tri Atlas when the institution headed by Trump operatives charged with destruction of everything in America? Oh yeah, okay, so this guy's got a TDS opinion. But I'm really looking for the pseudoscience. I'm not here to get into the politics here. What was the interpolation of the pixel density? Did you zoom in? How did you view the final output data? So, in fairness, this person is not aware of the near spec, so he's trying to be objective, but he doesn't know about the near spectrometer. That's all right. For starters, it's not a 40-kilometer rock. Estimates average is closer to a 2-kilometer rock. That is your factor 20. I don't know if that's accurate either. My opinion is only that this looks like a purposely downscaled image. Well, it's not. That's why I gave my response here. And I think these people didn't see my comment, or some of them did. Let's see if any of these people saw my comment. And I'm going to stop fixating on this because this is kind of boring, I'm sure, right? Are you guys bored? I'm sorry. I'll get back to on topic here. But these people are smart. They liked my comment. I respect and appreciate them liking my comment because it means that they learned something. And I think that's important that more people learn something in a world where you got people just kind of running with the fun stuff. Fixing the R key bug. Yes! Yay, I'll be able to type my name into high scores according to LCX. Yeah, that's an actual bug. Let's get back to the game real quick and then I'm going to beat my high score. Then we're going to play Metroid. So I may have to lower the volume again, but let's see here. Let's let Reggie speak a little bit about this comet. Catch you later, Kronos. Thanks for tuning in, bud.
Lacks typical cometary
Oh,
traits.
he's loud.
Some observers point out that 3I/Atlas doesn't have a visible dust tail or significant dust trail, which are hallmarks of active comets. Instead, it appears more inactive, leading a few to suggest a non-comet origin.
Hey, Aris. I'm playing Angel Forever now. I'm gonna play it one more time to get my high score. Oh my god, it goes up 1 point. I'll be here all day. I'm never gonna get to 300 points. If you guys want me to increase the volume on it, let me know. Yeah, Aris is streaming right now. Ah, crap, I hit the cloud. Aris21... Ah, shit, I hit the cloud again. Aris218 is streaming right now. And usually he'll play either DDR3 or Tahoe or what's that game with the girl who runs? It's similar to that running game. I actually have that game too, the one with the music. I can't remember the name of that music game right now. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, the one where you run. That game's cute, and it plays beautifully on this computer. I might actually play that as 120 frames upload because I can play that game at 120 FPS. And while I've learned that playing that game Chorus, I love that game Chorus, that Space Star Interceptor Starfighter game. Playing that at 120 FPS eats up my storage capacity. I mean, it eats up the maximum file size cap for Vimeo. Yeah, so when I upload to Vimeo, to get the file size down, I actually uploaded a video of that game at 120 FPS. Use Dash, yes, that's the game. I uploaded the Chorus, the Starfighter game, at 120 FPS but 720p because I was hell bent on, you know, making it shine. YouTube doesn't really support 120 FPS, and I won't even have that ability, I don't think, until I get monetized. I might have to do like uploads or something so that I can like get my... Hey, what's up, Healers of Science? Science. Wow, I'm sorry, we were on the topic of science. I was making fun of some pseudoscientists. So let's post some links real quick.
https://www.youtube.com/channel/UCF3 ZICWAP MJ1 EIJ3S9 KFW. Hills of Silence.
Yeah, so basically I was reading YouTube comments where people were being, you know, like basically trying to show off their pseudoscientific views because, you know, some people, I mean, you know, like some people, they want to believe in the extraordinary.
Aris 218. Link.
There we go. We posted a link. So anyway, at some point, halfway to 50, I was at, yeah, okay, I got it more than halfway. Okay, I'm going to try again, then I'm going to play Metroid for 5 minutes because, you know, it's getting late. I want to send people to Aris' show, and, you know, I really want to play a little Metroid. I want to show people the Metroid HD remastered. So, like, last week, Elle was all like, oh, that game's better than the original. But, you know, I'm nostalgic about the original Metroid. You know, I grew up with that game. And, it's like going back to your old neighborhood. It's like going in your own old stomping grounds when you play that game, you know? Walking through the caves of Brinstar and working your way down deeper. And, you know, this time, like, with save states at our disposal, I mean, they've been around. I'm able to, you know, put the game down and still have all my missiles. So I think I got like 45 missiles now. I actually progressed further on the HD remaster because what happened was I had a problem with RetroArch. RetroArch was playing the game audio really fast. You know, I mean, I was playing the whole game fast, and it wasn't because I had fast forward enabled. It was a weird glitch. Luckily, restarting the computer did fix that. Yeah, I might actually get a high score. Does this go faster? It does go faster. I've seen it happen when the Lexuses get closer. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good night, man. Same to you, Hills of Silence. Oh, I was going to say Hills of Science again. But yeah, I mean, we got more bullet points from Reggie, but if anyone has any questions about the 3i Comet, the Comet 3i Atlas, let me know. But at the end of the day, some people will say, I don't believe in coincidences, or I never believe in coincidences. I can appreciate not always believing in coincidences, but I, for one, do indeed believe in coincidences. I mean, sometimes it is a coincidence, like when people say a cigar is just a cigar, or something like that. Man, I don't want to get overconfident here, but I'm kicking ass. I would make the game louder, but I don't think I could pause. I think that's part of the challenge. It's one of those games that doesn't let you pause so that they can really make sure that you don't cheat. You know, you got no time to pass the controller to your best friend to get you your high score up. If you can't pause. You know, oh crap. I found Logan and a mosquito hit me in the head. Crap. That mosquito conspired. Logan must have sent the mosquito after my head. Yeah, I'm winning. Are you winning, son? So, well, look, I'm already satisfied. I see Logan. That's, oh, I got a burger. Crap. Fuck. Okay, so I got the burger, but then I lost the point. But hey, I guess I'm even. Crap. I got my health back. Yo, can you guys hear my clunky mechanical keyboard spacebar? Last night I was trying to play the game quietly. I didn't want to wake anyone up, although I guess I'm running the risk of waking people up now. But last night I didn't want to be slamming this spacebar, you know? Man, Logan is dangerous in this game. I mean, no wonder he's wearing that pirate hat. You know, pirates were no joke back in the day. They didn't always just do nice things. Ah, crap. They didn't just drink rum. I mean, some pirates were nice. Some privateers were cool. Heck, I know a guy who made a comic called American Privateer. And it's a pretty cool premise. But, you know, pirates were known for, like, hanging people up by their intestines from the masts of ships. Alright, got my first 100 up. Crap. 100 points. Oh crap, I missed the burger again. Crap. Oh, at least I'm getting burgers now. Fudge. Hey, you guys remember the movie A Christmas Carol when the kid outside his dad changing the bolts on the tire and the bolts get kicked up in the air and the kid says the F word really slow and his parents put soap in his mouth and it's like, number one, he's cursing on behalf of his dad. Like, it's a pain in the ass for both him and his dad that the bolts got knocked off the... Oh, crap. Okay, I gotta focus. So I think the mom was in the wrong for, you know, washing his mouth out with soap. So, how can I misspell my name? I'm gonna do wrong. Ah, crap. I mistyped. I was gonna type 4-O-N, but I reflexively typed an R. Alright, so I don't think I have it in me to get 100 points, but I gotta tell you something. The game might be easier when it goes faster. But that's why you put Logan in the middle, I guess, right? First time I played this, I noticed that the slow speed would be really difficult to jump at the right time. It would make it difficult to jump at the right time. Now, who needs the recipe for grog? It's just like, what? Rum, 2 parts water? Grog is fascinating because, like, you know, oh, crap. It's like, it's not to get the sailors drunk, it's to keep microbes at a minimum, or, you know, they didn't really know about microbes, they just knew that mixing rum with water made it safer. I'm sure it wasn't great for the liver, but I'd imagine, you know, drinking deadly microbes is 1,000 times worse. Oh, crap. But these sound effects are great. Right, if I lose, I'm gonna play Metroid for like a minute. Wrap up pretty quick, but I just want to show you guys this alternate Metroid game. Good game. Better get back to my stream. I have one good. I can't read. One good something. Take care later, everybody. I have 80, but no Borgars to help me. Oh, you got 80 points? Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, no, you don't get burgers until 100 points. Really, 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 you know. It's a shame we don't get burgers in this game until we get to 100 points. So let's pull up that Metroid game. I think that was in the mess. Oh yeah, he's playing it too. See, Arvis is on it too. So if you guys still want to see the game, our friend Arvis is playing it right now. So, you know, let's say you're like, I hate Metroid, but I like El's game. Well, you can see it now. I find it's really weird, but every time I want to play Metroid, I have to actually every time I want to use my NES gamepad, I delete the gamepad. Then I hold the button down and I re-add it because apparently I have to do that every time I, you know, recharge the controller. So I did it. In the meantime, let's see what else Reggie had to say. Trajectory. This is the point I was mentioning before about the Comet 3i Atlas. Heat the nasty water with, yeah, but that's if you have firewood. About 2 parts, 1 part. Oh, you do heat the nasty water and then you mix it with 2 parts, 1 part add lime, 2 parts something, 1 part add lime. And if you really fancy, a bit of brown sugar melted in it. Ooh. Now who needs a recipe? Oh yeah, so there's a recipe for grog. Brought to you by voice type. Borgars spawn when you get past 3 LDPs. Oh, that's good. That's a fair reward. Oh, that was my stream. Okay, Oris is not playing the game. But if you want to watch me play the game on... Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. If you want to watch me play the game on someone else's stream, I would still say tune in. Alright, so this is the alternative Metroid here. This is a Metroid HD remake, I believe it's called. Oh crap, I wasted a missile. How do we reload a save state again? Is that F4? Oh yeah, F1. Load a point. And look, this game has a map in it, which is pretty cool. It's pretty nice. It does have some problems. Some minor problems. It definitely does. Now, what was interesting was, actually, I had a button problem with the Retro Arch game controller. So, is it easier to do what I'm doing right here? Because I can get this all the way to the top if I press the buttons in the right pattern. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? See that? See that? How good is that? Look how good that is. I feel like this is easier in this game, or I have to fix something in Retro Arch to make this work right, because I was in a similar spot in Retro Arch like a few hours ago, and I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't get above, like, here. Not even. I couldn't even get above this. They probably made it easier, right? Which, I don't know if there's any necessity to jumping that high. I'm pretty sure according to the map, there's nothing to the right. Assuming that this map... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I fell for a second. Although I've learned something about this game. Falling in the lava is not a death sentence. Crap, your mother. Sorry, I was talking to the machine, not you guys. I should have used the shine. Oh crap, I'm in missile mode. Oh my god. That's brutal. See how easy it is to get stuck there? Like, oh good, I saved my progress. That's the turbo button there. I got my turbo button programmed. There's no necessity to bomb jump so high, but it's convenient for getting access to power-ups early. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because that's true. You're basically breaking the progression in the game. Well, there were issues with the translation from the original game to the North American version. I did not know that. It's interesting. I wonder what kind of issues there were. Were they programming issues or were they issues with like the words? Oh wow, I have like let's see here. I'm gonna try to freeze this guy. That was a waste of a missile. Oh, so I discovered something. It's not a bug, but it feels like a bug. Sometimes when I'm shooting my what do you call this beam? When I'm moving left, it'll point up. And I thought there was something wrong with the game, but I think it was just, oh, damn it, I did not mean to shoot those boxes. I only want to shoot the boxes at the top. Oh yeah, frame drops were normal for the game. In a way, I used them to get by. I mean, thanks to the frame skip, Slim Nim, I was able to, you know, beat Mother Brain. Because, I mean, imagine this. You got like 5 Metroids on the screen surrounding Samus. The fact that the frames slow down, you don't really get a frame skip. I don't know if that's, maybe I'm using the wrong term, but the game would definitely slow down, right? And that was kind of helpful. You know, like, so yeah, maybe, oh crap. I feel like it's more of a death sentence falling into lava in the real Metroid. I think those guys are supposed to fire at you. Maybe that's not until later. Also, I find it interesting that this wave beam doesn't always hit stuff. Sometimes it's worth it to jump in the lava. In fact, the other day I went to get a missile. I jumped in the lava just to shoot one of those fish. Combination of both actually, from what I understand, because of how the tower system works. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense actually, because I was attempting to. So did you see the video I played earlier? Yeah, that was an example of the tower system at play. So yeah, translating from Japanese to English, that does make things tricky. Did I save my position yet? Let's save my position before I get stuck here. So yeah, it's a beautiful game, this remake here. I have mixed reviews on it, but I'll admit that when I got, like, you know, when I went to play the old game, when I finally got it working properly, there were some elements that I definitely liked about this one more. But, you know, the nostalgia that I have for the old game is only present because they got the same music. Not precisely the same music, but close enough. I think I was in this spot already. At this point, it's just a demonstration of, like... In fact, yeah, I was here already. And I did find it interesting that you could do this. But according to the map, you can't go anywhere from here. Like, this is the most useless... Unless I'm doing something wrong, you can't do anything here, right? And somebody said that the wave beam can shoot through walls. Does anybody know what they're talking about? Because, I don't know what they mean by shooting through walls. Like, I can't shoot through walls with this, wave beam. Combination both actually... Oh yeah, I read that already. But that's very interesting. Thanks, Slim Nim. There's no necessity... Oh yeah, you said that. So, I mean, it's a beautiful game. I'm not knocking it. It's just, you know, I like my old game. And I'm glad that RetroArch does play it pretty well when it works correctly. And that... Oh, I got it. Wi-Fi antenna. Check this out. This is why I'm no longer having wireless issues with my gamepad. This antenna is hooked up to my Wi-Fi adapter to support this. Pretty fancy antenna, huh? Little magnetic bit too. But very, very handy. Like, it's a game changer because now I can sit comfortably and not worry about this controller losing connectivity mid-game. I know the bombs remove walls, but the, what egg? What egg? Oh yeah, did Reggie talk about the trajectory of the thing? Hey Reggie, give your 2 cents on the trajectory of that comet. There's nothing here, by the way.
Trajectory alignment with solar system plane. Its orbit is retrograde, but almost perfectly aligned with the ecliptic, the plane of our planets. Avi Loeb calls this highly unlikely to be a coincidence, tilde 0.2% chance, and suggests it could hint at intelligent design.
Regarding your bullet point number 2, let's throw some shade at Avi Loeb. Give me something that, I don't know. Like I said, let's cast shade on Avi Loeb. He's like, I don't know, I'm tired of his crap. Now, if I put the controller too close to this here, it does cause my wireless mouse to get a little hinky sometimes. No, it's not doing it right now. Now, maybe I'm being a bit unscientific and ungentlemanly, but I don't think Reggie understands. He's getting the floor here. He thinks he's telling me, helping me do my show. It's like, no, you're doing the show. Yeah, he's actually being helpful. He does look kind of menacing, doesn't he? The egg that creature was holding at the end of the room.
You could go with something like asterisk.
There's an egg there?
Avi Loeb says it's aligned with the ecliptic plane like it's a smoking gun. Buddy, sometimes geometry just happens. Not everything needs an alien signature on it. Asterisk. If Avi Loeb finds a French fry in his car that rolled under the seat, he's probably writing a paper about extraterrestrials planting it there. Asterisk. Loeb's math might give a 0.2% chance of coincidence, but my patience with his alien probe theories is running at exactly 0%. Asterisk. The guy's got alien probe on the brain. Meanwhile, the rest of us are looking at an icy rock doing icy rock things.
Yeah.
Want me to also craft a couple more deadpan lines you can deliver midstream that'll get a laugh without sounding too heavy-handed?
Reggie, that was all very well said, so I just straight up played it on stream, and that's what I'm interested in. I want you to share your perspective. Certainly you could, specify where maybe my opinion kind of, shaped your perspective a little bit so that you don't get blamed for anything controversial, but, I just want you to shine, buddy. Yeah, right? Seriously, I'm tired of that guy's crap. Like, people think some kind of fucking visionary. Then when they say, buddy, coincidences are possible, they're like, you're being unscientific. It's like, no, buddy, you just gotta show. So who has the egg? This guy down here? Oh, no, this egg I already got. This is the wave beam, I think. I already have it. See? I'm shooting it right now. By the way, Elle, any idea if you can combine the wave beam and the long beam together? Because before obtaining the wave beam, I had a long beam. Now I don't have a long beam. So I think this is what they mean by destroying walls. You can shoot at floor level using this. Hey, why is there an ant on my screen? Okay, I'll leave it alone. But I think that's what people meant. Oh, cool. The R button's fixed. I'll re-download it and give it a quick spin. Okay, so there's no long... Yeah, probably because the graphics, the machine can't handle it. Oh, crap. You can't see the game. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Kronos. I mean, Hills of Silence. Good to see you, Hills. Thanks for dropping in earlier and stuff and hanging out. But yeah, so I was just in this chamber here. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Where did I last save my progress? Okay, well, let's go back up here. We were already there. We know there's nothing there. There's like a hole in the floor, by the way. Any idea if that hole in the floor goes nowhere? Let's let Reggie speak on it. Okay, no worries. Good. Then there's no pressure for me to download it right now. Hey, is Reggie going to speak? Oh, he's recording. Okay.
I appreciate that, Ron. Here's how I'd frame it if you want me to shine, but also keep it transparent. Your take that a long haul through interstellar space with constant radiation could easily alter a comet's chemistry makes sense and gave me context for not overvaluing those unusual CO2 versus water ratios. So my perspective isn't that it's anything exotic. It's that the so-called anomalies have natural explanations, and the hype is more about certain personalities chasing headlines. That's why I leaned into poking fun at Avi Loeb, because the ecliptic alignment stat is technically real, but not some ironclad alien clue. So if I summarize it in my own voice on stream, 3I/Atlas is still a comet. It's just a fast, gnarly one with quirks. Some people want to make it into more than that, but most of the evidence says icy rock doing icy rock things. And yeah, you nudged me toward being less patient with the alien probe angle. I probably would have been softer about it otherwise. Do you want me to prep a short, polished Reggie's perspective segment you can just drop in live, almost like I'm giving my own mini monologue?
I mean, didn't he just do that? I mean, yeah, please do that, Reggie. I think we would be all very interested in hearing that as part of the closing statements for tonight's show. Good to see you tonight. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by, Hillers of Silence. I hope you have a pleasant sleep cycle. Oh, good. You're not sleeping yet. You're saying good to see me. I thought you were saying peace out. I was like, oh, he's peacing out. R button actually fixed here. Oh, cool. It is fixed. Okay. We got it. Maybe I should download that now. I got like 3 zip files in here. Here we are. Well, I got 2 zip files now. I deleted one, I think. Right. It won't open. Oh, it's scanning for viruses, I think. Let's update the oh yeah, well, Reggie, did he generate that response? Here, let's let him speak while I copy the file. Right, good. I'm copying the new one now.
Here's a polished Reggie's perspective segment you can use to close the show. When it comes to 3I/Atlas, I see it like this. It's a comet, just an unusually fast and chemically quirky one. People get hung up on the odd CO2 to water ratio, but as Ron pointed out earlier, drifting through interstellar space for millions of years under hard radiation will change what boils off when it nears the sun. That's not a mystery, it's just chemistry under extreme conditions. Some astronomers, like Avi Loeb, frame its near-ecliptic alignment as a cosmic clue, but to me that feels like making noise out of coincidence. The orbit's weird, sure, but weird doesn't mean artificial. I don't think we need alien probes or conspiracy-tier explanations to appreciate what's in front of us. A genuine interstellar traveler blazing through our neighborhood. So my perspective is this. Let's celebrate 3I/Atlas for what it really is. Evidence that chunks of ice and rock wander between stars, and every so often we get front row seats. That's awe-inspiring enough without dressing it up in speculation. Want me to also craft a quick one-liner you can drop asterisk after asterisk this segment to pivot smoothly back to game banter, so it doesn't feel like a hard tonal break?
That's interesting. I selectively copied the text without that part, and it still read the whole thing. Yeah, that was interesting. I actually got out of that lava pit that time. I don't know how I did it. Like, I held the up button, I think. I bet if you, like, turn into a ball, and then you do... That would have been cool if that worked. You saw that? But seriously, I mean, let me get to the map. Because look, there's a hole in the ground here. Right? So, according to the map, I'm at this junction here. So, if we pull up the map on this screen here, we should be able to figure out where we are, right? We are currently in No Fair. I believe No Fair is south of this elevator system here somewhere under the golden part of Brinstar. So here's no fair. Okay, so I already been through the sandbags, right? And we've been through the pipes. I got my high jump. We got this spot. Then over here to the left, we got this area right here. And I think this is where I am. And if you'll observe, you'll see that we have the fake lava. So you got the hole in the floor here. We went through here. We got some fake lava here. And then right here. And there's a few spots like this. So are they just trolling us, or is this a glitch? Because, you know, I could burrow through the floor here, but I can't do anything there. And then, you know, we were here earlier, and we left that compartment, and we went to this compartment here. So I think we're actually here right now, probably. Are we here? I think we're here, but anyway. So if you look here, you'll see that I went to, no, a different spot actually, I think. Now we came out on the left, but even here, there's like these tunnels here that don't seem to go anywhere, right? I mean, like those look like tunnels, but I don't know why they're documented here. I guess they're in the game, but they don't do anything. I mean, here's one right here. I've been to one like this too, I think. No, I don't think I've been to this one in particular. I might have been here. But are these dead ends? Hey, what's up, Nagato? Good to see you. And yeah, anyone else who wants to try L's game, the link is in the chat posted. If you scroll up just a tiny bit, you'll see there's a link here next to LCX's message. That was entertaining. Why, thank you. And I'm sure Reggie appreciates that too. Bomb jump works under lava. It doesn't work under lava. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah, it does. Challenge accepted. And health points diminished. Nah, it doesn't really work. And I'm sure it never works in the real game. But yeah, I mean, I used it. Did I just go back into a dead end? Let's go here anyway. Been here, done that. Alright, let's get out. In fact, we're just gonna go back here. Okay, so this is the lava. This was the one with the door on the right. So I think if we keep going, there's another hole in the ground. Oh crap. Oh come on. Alright, I give up. No, I don't give up. This is what saves it for. Okay, I'm gonna save my progress here. Actually, I don't know where I am. Oh crap, why did I do that? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna reload that. Also, I had an excuse when my wireless control... Oh, okay. Let me be gentle here. I don't want to spin when I do that. There we go. Oh my god, it ran out of energy. You see that? I was trying to, like, attack that guy. See those? Look at those bubbles in the ceiling. They're actually there to stop you. Damn it, I missed him. Yeah, so when I hold down the left button on the D-pad, apparently I have this reflex to actually hit up. Okay, so I don't know if I have a net gain on that energy, but I'll take it. Hey, what's up, Dave C? Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. I just saw Dave C. So here's another one here. Dave C is a wrench from the Ironcaster channel. I should give him a wrench right now. I'm too lazy to give a wrench, but if you want a wrench, you can have a wrench. I mean, I don't want you to feel responsible. I don't want to give you a wrench and make you think that you're responsible, that you got to do stuff. I'm trying to strike a balance between being one of those channels that gives everyone a wrench, while also being one of those channels that doesn't give everyone a wrench. But I'm not really a stickler for it. Some people do it because it's an easy way for everyone to share links. There's that. So apparently sometimes you can shoot those guys with the torpedoes. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let's check if there's a hole in the floor. I don't think there's a hole in the floor here at all. Now, I actually have the map. I can just look at the map. But any idea about that map? I'm curious if you have any information about that map. That might be the D... Yeah, I think it's definitely the D-pad, yeah, issue. Or it's not so much an issue, like, I figured out how to prevent it. So, I did mess around with it and figure it out, like... Let me see if I can kill this enemy here. Oh crap, what a waste of a missile. Okay, ah crap, I hit the wrong button. I meant to press Shift F1, not F1. Screw it. It's up to you. Is code for go for it. Plus, it's good to have wrenches in case people, you know. I don't know. I've never had a problem with anyone in chat. Everyone's been cool. Only cool people tune into my show. So we're very fortunate here. But yeah, we're going to test out El's game one last time with the update to see if I can type my name into the save score. Because yeah, there was a bug in the game where the letter R was the only letter not accepted. And I'm pretty sure El was just throwing me a curveball, probably made the code explicitly say that, or maybe, well, you did it on Gemini, so I can't blame Lexus. Can't blame Lexus because you did it on Gemini. Maybe Gemini doesn't like me. Don't use the turbo when you're shooting these guys. Alright, so let's do a test now that I've cleared some obstacles. I was trying to save my area. There's not really a lot of space to jump around, is it? Okay, it is pointing up, but I think it's me. It's me. I think it's me. I'm gonna... Okay, let's just get rid of these guys here real quick. Can you hear that motorcycle? Who the fuck drives a car that loud? Oh, this is a thing I learned recently, is that you can't always shoot enemies. But here, we'll do a test right now. Yo, who the fuck is testing their motorbike? Okay, so look, wait. Jump left. Jump left. Wait, jump left. So what was happening was I would jump and press left and it would point up. And I think it's because I'm gonna replicate it right now. So I'm gonna jump, press left the way I was doing. So see this? I think I was unknowingly pressing up at the same time. Like, you know, it's basically the difference between, like, to give a quick demonstration here because I think it's worth noting here. So what I was doing was I'm holding it in the middle, and you know, you can rock very quickly. I mean, you can see it on the screen here, right? You can see how, like, I can do this very quickly. I can even do, well, diagonal don't really, it kind of works. Actually, yeah, diagonal kind of works. But now here's the catch. When you go to press left while holding the rocker, honestly, I'm holding left right now, and yet I'm also kind of on a light touch with the rocker. So my solution is just pressing the button like this, and I don't get that problem anymore. Now, El mentions it was a bug. It was supposed to show a restart button that doesn't spawn because of the bug. I'm a little confused. He's like, is it a bug with the original NES controller, or is it a bug? Oh, are you talking about the, oh, you're talking about the game. Oh, cool. Oh, that's the bug you're talking about. Okay, so Metroid doesn't have a bug with the D-pad, but the game I'm about to play right now, known as Angel Forever, that did have a bug, and it was a bug in which every time I typed my name into the saves, the high scores, it would restart. I mean, it would just restart, and it turns out that it was detecting or intercepting the letter R because, you know, that's a shortcut, right? You know, you press R for the shortcut. So look how cool this looks on my start menu. I think the icon looks really cool on my start menu. Hey, why isn't the left-right button working? There we go. So we're going to open up the game. I'm going to tweak the volume. Let me know if you guys want it louder. We're gonna wrap up after one more play of Angel Forever. Give me, another interesting fact. Maybe something I follow up on. Like, I recently researched the near spec portion of the James Webb Space Telescope. Are there any other components on the JWST that might be interesting for me to research? I was talking to Reggie, the robot. Let's get that volume up a little bit so you guys can enjoy the music a little bit more. Is that loud enough? You guys can hear the music? I changed vapor trailers to long lines too, to avoid the jokes about flatulence. Good feedback. Well, at least I remember that being a setting. Oh, I see. Good to know, Slim. I might have to look into that. Okay, let's go. I was hoping the A button on my gamepad would magically work, like, as a glitch. I swear, there's probably an app I could download to, like, map the A button. At least I remember that being a setting. Are long lines any better? Oh, wait, this is the wrong game. Is this the right game, Al? Did I open the wrong game by accident? I don't want to jeopardize my score. It's got to be the right game. I just downloaded it from you. Alright, I'm going to assume that I downloaded the right game. Unless I renamed the wrong folder. The long lines look like speed lines, so yeah. Oh, I see. That's the old one? Alright. So I must have opened the wrong one somehow. Maybe I renamed the wrong folder? I mean, that was the link you just sent, right? You just sent me a link, and that was it. Or did I just re-download the old one? Yeah, I'll download it again. 172 megabytes. Oh, I know what I did. It was probably the start menu shortcut I clicked. Wait a second. That's weird. The download I just clicked from you is 172 megabytes, but I have another version that's 173 megabytes. Gotcha. Okay, well, let's see if this link works now. Hopefully it's the same link. It might not be the same link. I mean, this might not be the new one, but I'll try it out. It's actually the Windows wrapper uploading it. Actual game is 3.8 megabytes. Yeah, it's the Windows wrapper, the executable, the DLLs. You know, DLLs have a lot of dependencies in them. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I really mean that. It's nice. I think it looks like more streamlined and stuff. Like, it looks cool. And you're right, it's not flash-link. Now you look like you're gracefully flying while making a vapor trail. You might be able to make updates of this game, but that's the tricky thing, is scripting it, because then what if somebody puts it on a different drive letter or some crazy stuff? Then it's not going to work right. It's easier to just give them a big zip file. But if we were obsessed about bandwidth on a different host, but Google Drive makes it easy anyway, but if we were obsessed about bandwidth, we would, perhaps like make like an install file or something that would automatically copy, or instructions that would tell people where to copy the updated files to. So essentially, it's like a drop-in replacement that replaces the assets or something without replacing the Windows wrapper. Either an installer or simply a README file that says copy this crap to this place. But with that method, you don't want to make it complicated. You don't want to tell people like copy this to that and then copy this folder to that, then don't delete this and then do that. And an installer isn't really necessary, you know? You got a zip file. Also, one thing I recently stumbled into was not everything with an installer has to be convoluted. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, typically on Windows, when you install an app, it goes to the program files folder. And then settings will be stored in the user profile, right? Under your user account, under the app data folder. And, like, after reinstalling Windows on this machine and migrating and importing and restoring my settings and data, some of it I had to copy from the old folder to the new folder under app data, and like a lot of things worked, like my Firefox passwords and settings and all of that. But like things that I didn't have backed up to the cloud, I was able to merge back into my new installation. So now I have like a cleaner setup without losing anything that was customized. But one of the weird things was I installed a local AI called Ulama, and when I installed that local AI, crap, I missed the burger. When I installed Ulama, first thing I noticed was the actual program, and my friend noticed this too. The program did not go to the program files folder. It didn't let me pick where to install it. It literally installed the entire app into my app data folder. And part of that's because when you download the AI models, the default folder is there. But in the settings for Ulama, I don't think the burger works. That's interesting. Ulama lets you customize where you want to store the AI models because it's like a 12 gig download. But a friend of mine took a look at it and goes, this guy clearly doesn't use Windows. So it was apparent that the guy who packaged this app for Windows to run a local AI. All right, let's see. We're going to find out right now. Ready? Okay, so I pressed capital R. That might be why it didn't work. So now we're going to go instant def and see if it works after this. But yeah, so when I installed Ulama, or OLLAMA, you'll see this here. It says open file location. It's got a shortcut. And when I go to properties, it's not going to the program files folder. It goes to C:\Ronald app data local programs ulama.exes, like in this weird folder. Like that is not a normal place.
C, users kernel app data local programs Ulama.
But like, you normally have to put, so what I usually do is I started putting apps in the C:\apps. So that's what you saw before. You saw that I have this folder here. I have one of my video encoding tools that instead of installing it, it's a standalone. It's separate, it's self-contained. I have hardware info here. This is a standalone app as well. And I have this app that doesn't really have anything stored anywhere else, so I just kind of installed it to here instead of my program files folder, so that it'd be a little easier to move things around in the future if I have apps that I want to back up that don't need an installer. So pretty much everything in this folder doesn't need an installer. It's self-contained. So that's what I was talking about. Anyway, you're getting too good at this. I have to make it harder. Oh, crap. Wait, Borgard doesn't work. Yeah, and LDP didn't. Yeah, you're right. Logan didn't spawn. Yeah, so minor bug. Might be a bug. Well, remember, I think it was too soon for Logan to spawn, to be honest. Do Burger DJ. Yeah, we're game testing here. It's just like that movie Grandma's Boy. We got to do like a watch party of Grandma's Boy. I gotta make some clips out of that movie because I think I own it on DVD. I don't know where the DVD is, but I think I own that movie. I mean, I probably have a copy of it, but I want to get the highest quality clips from that movie possible. So anyway, what we're gonna do is the comet already landed. Sure, it did. Where's Reggie? Let's get Reggie's last word. So, anyway, I was at 62. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to play that game today. It's an interesting game, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And one of these days, we may all patch our own characters in there. But jokes aside, I think the sound effects are hilarious, and it works. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe when you added the Borgar sound effect, if you did that yet, that maybe caused the issue. But, that's the nature of coding. Making minor changes sometimes causes like a whack-a-mole effect, right? But I think it's hilarious and fun at the same time. So anyway, Reggie, do you have any other thoughts about, the James Webb Space Telescope, the near-spec spectrometer, and anything that might be worth following up on? DJ 62, looking young. Yeah, awesome one, aren't I? I was carded the other day. The guy at the store was like, ID? I think I'm flattered.
Absolutely. If you've already dug into NurSpec, a great follow-up would be asterisk asterisk Miri asterisk asterisk, the mid-infrared instrument. It's special because it looks deeper into the infrared than the other JWST instruments, down to about 28 microns. That lets it spot really cold objects like dust clouds, newly forming stars, or even exoplanets glowing faintly in thermal radiation.
Ooh, that's cool.
Miri had to be chilled way down to just 7 Kelvin using a dedicated cryocooler that's colder than the rest of JWST, so it could function without its own heat drowning out the faint signals it's trying to detect.
That's important.
That's a wild engineering feat, and it's the kind of detail your audience might not know. Do you want me to prep a couple stream-ready one-liners about Miri, like quick facts you could toss in naturally while you're loading up Angel Forever?
I just want Reggie to talk. I don't want him, like, making me look better. I just want him to talk. I mean, I appreciate, as much as I emphasize I want you to shine, that does sound like a good idea. So, you know what? Give me those ideas, and I'll actually verbally state them instead of, making you say them, So definitely give me those facts. But you do get credit because right now I'm telling everyone on stream that these pointers, these one-liners are from you. And we appreciate your effort today, Reggie, or the time you spent with us tonight. You did a great job. And, on behalf of everyone in chat, Awesome One, LCX, Slim Nim, my boy William, Roisin, Hills of Silence, Dave C., and many more, we all thank you from the bottoms of our brains and hearts, and maybe the top of our brains too. Thank you, Reggie. You think that's a bit too sarcastic? I don't even know what I was saying. I feel like maybe I should change that. Yeah, screw it. Let's go for it. He'll understand it's my humor. Screw it. I know I promised him I wouldn't read the whole message on screen, but I'll recycle these next week. And what was I going to do? One last thing. I was going to look for something here. I think that's everything. Have a good night, Dave C. Thanks for dropping by.
That means a lot, Ron. And thanks to everyone in chat, too. Here are some quick Miri one-liners you can drop in as you load up Angel Forever, asterisk. Miri sees colder than any other JWST. It's tuned to pick up objects chilled just a few degrees above absolute zero. Asterisk. It needed its own cryocooler to reach 7 Kelvin. Otherwise, it would just see its own heat instead of the universe. Asterisk. With Miri, JWST can study baby stars still wrapped in dust clouds and even detect faint thermal glows from exoplanets. Asterisk. Think of Miri as JWST's night vision goggles for the coldest corners of space. That should give you a neat way to bridge science talk with gameplay. Want me to queue up a closing one-liner for you after your final Angel Forever run? Something snappy that ties the night together?
Okay, I guess I didn't communicate that with ending the show to Reggie correctly. But anyway, one last point. So actually, my astronomical camera is cooled by a thermoelectric cooler. This setting over here shows a setting from 0 to 255. That's the power level. 255 is 100% power. And it shows percentages down here at the bottom. It also has a automatic mode where you type in a temperature and it runs like a thermostat. I use this because when I do deep sky astro imaging, you're gonna get noise in the image. You're gonna get okay, here's Triangulum Galaxy from last night. In fact, that does not look like Triangulum Galaxy. Not sure what the hell that is. I think we got some cloud cover last night. Honestly, it looks like the moon. Oh, that is a galaxy. It's the galactic center is blown out. That is weird. I've never seen it like that before. I think there's a malfunction with the camera, to be honest with you guys. I did notice there was a glitch with the camera when I tuned into it before. Yeah, that's probably a bug, or a malfunction or something. But let's go get pictures of something from the night before that. Here we are. Well, we had more pictures of, here, this is great. So this picture of Triangulum is taken in the blue filter. So what that means is I'm going to convert this from, instead of black and white, it's going to be black and blue. I'm going to replace the color white with blue. And you can see the middle of the galaxy and you can see these spiral arms. So if I crank this up a little bit, watch what happens. Okay, we severely stretched. They call this stretching the histogram, I believe. And one of the tricks you could do is crank this up and reduce this, and crank this up and reduce this. But essentially, oops. I mean, that's a galaxy right there. I know it's not much, but you definitely got the little spiral arms there. And the idea is that we hopefully have a clear night. We take multiple pictures of this target in each filter. We stack them to eke out more dynamic range. We have to also apply calibration frames in order to subtract out this dust mote or whatever this spot is that newly appeared. I bet there's a dead bug on the lens, or on the filter. So the calibration frames are stored in the same folder, and here we are. And they have to be the same resolution as the pictures. So in a picture of, stars, like a 5-minute exposure, using the same settings, you're going to see extra stars. Even in that last picture I showed you, there were a number of these white dots, not quite as many as you see here, but a number of white dots that are not stars. And these are basically, this is just noise that's generated by the sensor. And the wild thing is I have pictures taken at -10 and -15. So an image sensor normally turns photons into electrons, but an image sensor also turns not only does it turn light into electricity, it also turns heat into electricity. So that means if you have any heat in the camera, it's going to register as more noise. Now this is a glitch over here. This line here, that's just a one-off glitch. So that one we can't really work with. But we have multiple copies of our frames, and somewhere I have a folder full of these, and essentially the longer the exposure time or the warmer the temperature at the same exposure time, the more noise you get. So what you do is you put the lens cap on the camera, you take a picture using the same 5 or 10-minute exposure, and you create a dark calibration frame, and then you use this picture here to subtract the noise out of your real images when you go to stack them. So you're going to stack your images, and you're going to use this blank picture to subtract out the baseline noise. And that's the most important thing about that is not only does it get done using the same resolution and same settings that you used for taking the picture, but the sensor has to be the same temperature. So we have the ability to cool down the image sensor, not just to reduce the noise that is generated while imaging, but also to ensure that we're able to capture calibration frames at a set temperature. So we want to be able to take our pictures at a set temperature. Let's say like tonight it's too warm to set it to -10. Then I set the temperature to -5 degrees, below zero, -5 Celsius or -5 centigrade. And as long as my calibration frames have the same settings and the same temperature, we have consistency across our frames that makes it, allows us to properly do this. It allows us to properly subtract out unwanted noise. So what I did was there was a minor risk of rain, but so low that instead of covering the telescope with the normal bag, I decided to cover the telescope in a wool coat to make sure there was no light leakage. And I turned off the thermoelectric cooler so that I can, ensure there's no excess heat on the outside of the camera. And from there, I'm going to carefully ramp up the power. I'm going to go from right now it's at +5 degrees. I'm going to let it warm up again. And after it bleeds away the waste heat, I'm going to go ahead and just carefully bring it down to 5 degrees. I'm going to go down +10, +5, 0. Then I'm going to bring it to -5. And I'm going to capture new calibration frames tonight because the camera itself is exposed to the elements. So there's enough of a breeze hitting that camera that I'm hoping that even though I usually only get calibration frames in the winter, I should have an easy time doing this now. So reason I mentioned that is because that last point Reggie made, he was talking about the MIRI infrared device on the James Webb Space Telescope, and that thing needs to be cooled down to a more extreme temperature than my own camera in order to accomplish what it does. But the reason why they cool it down is very similar, and that is what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So anyway, we are all set. Once again, I do want to thank everyone for tuning in. Slim Nim, Awesome One, Dave C, LCX, William, Roisin, Hills of Silence. We had Kronos here. We had Netta's Network, and Troy Pacelli, both lovely people. I gotta say, like, just good people, you know. This is Netta. I'm gonna abbreviate. And Troy is her Klingon husband. I'm not kidding. Troy and Netta cosplay as Klingons. Pixel count. Humble Andromeda rendered in 3D. We had the lovely Sherry here. We had Game Gear Goddess. We had Real Weight Nation Gaming Clips here. We had the Peter Venkman fan site. Oh, I updated my Angel Fire website. Can't wait to show you guys that. Wish I had time. Don't have time to show it to you guys now, but it's going to be a real treat. The Padawannabe was here too, and he said the background is nice on Ella's game, so that's nice. And no, my name is not Sarah Connor. Thank God. And with that being said, I want you all to come through to Aris's game and say hi and give him a like and maybe stick around or at least leave a like. And with that being said, for anybody watching on the replay, if you have any questions, comments, ideas, or concerns, please leave a comment. And for now, we shall hereby end transmission.